What's going on, everyone? So yesterday, the Lakers took on the Portland Trailblazers. And one of the things that you saw in that game, despite the loss, which, look, we all knew that they were going to lose that game. Lakers sat literally, it was like Dalton Connect, Jordan Goodwin, and a bunch of G League guys, right? Like, that's basically what you had out there. But one of the things going into that game that I talked about was I think this is a really good opportunity for our role guys, like the end of the bench role guys. Dalton Connect, Shake Milton, Bronny James, even to an extent. I know he had a really bad game, but just to get reps. Alex Lynn, he had a really bad game. That's just so unfortunate. That guy is so unplayable. But you kind of go down the list, right? Of end of the bench guys, as well as like a Jordan Goodwin, who's an actual rotation piece, a guy that is going to very likely be part of the rotation come playoff time. That is something that I think is very important about that Portland game, because you saw some of those key guys really have and step up in a way that you may need in the postseason, right? Shake Milton was out there cooking, getting buckets, right? He's a guy that you might need at some point in the set. Great example, 2022-2023 season. Lakers conference finals run. Golden State Warriors. Things look like they're getting a little off the rails. Things are getting a little, like this could kind of go the wrong way here if we're not careful. And then all of a sudden you look up and here comes Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker enters the game, and that's all she wrote. We got the Lonnie Walker game. I could see Shake Milton having a Lonnie Walker game, just going and giving you 18 to 20 on a random night because you just need some generated offense. And it's not even one of those things where it's like, an injury or something like that, knock on wood, right? It's just guys getting a foul trouble or just are having a terrible night, and you just kind of need to kind of just throw that wrench into it and just see what happens type. And for example, say Gabe Vincent ends up getting in foul trouble early on, right? It's like, okay, hey, let's throw out a Shake Milton and see what he could do. Let's give Bronny a little look and just see what he could do, right? Like, again, you don't want to get too carried away, but you never know what moment could develop, right? Rui Hachimura, for example, right, gets into foul trouble. We need some more size. We're playing Minnesota. Well, Markieff Morris just had a really solid game, and actually all the games he's played for us, he's actually been solid in limited minutes. Stretch the floor, knock down the three ball, rebound, just is a good quality vet that's not going to do too much. It's like, hey, Rui's in foul trouble, could kind of use some more size, right? We kind of use a guy out there, right? Throw in Markieff Morris, give you some toughness, give you some interior, right? Offense not quite clicking. Offense having some struggles, or the three-point shooting isn't where we need it to be. Dalton Connect, boom, here you go. Now's your moment. Now's your opportunity to shine. Jordan Goodwin, right? He knocked down a couple threes, helped kind of build and grow his confidence. He's a guy that is going to be part of the, 8-9 man rotation, and you're going to need to have and give you some quality production, right? All these things are just so incredibly valuable for this Lakers team because, your main guys, your main 7 rotation guys, and that's, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Jared Vanderbilt. Right, those kind of seem to be your kind of main 7, and then you got Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin, right? Particularly in that order, right? So you got these other guys that give you this kind of 9-man rotation that the Lakers are probably going to utilize and use throughout the course of the playoffs. Jackson Hayes is a guy that's probably only going to play 15 minutes a night, right? The Lakers really like to use that small ball, especially against a Minnesota team where your best bet is to kind of just stretch the floor, stretch Minnesota out, get Rudy Gobert off the floor, right? Like, this is an opportunity for everybody. We need, look, Luka and LeBron James, we go as far as they take us. Obviously, they're the guys. If they're transcendent, we have a chance. Austin Reeves, we need to be great. Cannot sleep and he cannot underperform. We need him to be great. We're just not that, like, we're good. We can win a championship, but we're not so good that our main 3 guys can kind of slack here a little bit, right? They need to be great. every single night. But it's not a 3-on-10 game or 8 game, right? Like, it's a game where you need your entire rotation. Right? There's going to be nights where Jordan Goodwin goes and gives you 5 threes and you weren't expecting that. Or Dorian Finney-Smith goes 6 of 9. Or Gabe Vincent goes 6 of 9. Or Dalton Connect randomly comes in and gives you, 5 threes or 7 threes or whatever. And he just starts cooking. You never know what game is going to take that development. You never know what game is going to be that game that you walk into and everything's going according to plan, and then all of a sudden you have to make some drastic change. Again, there's a multitude of reasons as to why, but you make that change or you kind of take that gamble. The Lonnie Walker situation, right, with the Warriors at the time. Like, that was a bit of a gamble. He was completely out of the rotation. You had no idea if he was going to be horrendous, right? Defensive liability, right? All this stuff. Warriors look like they're cruising, and he came in and lit it up, right? Like, sometimes that gamble pays off, and the Lakers might need that gamble to pay off. And so you want these guys to get those reps and get those opportunities and have the chance to really kind of show and just get more opportunity than they would get otherwise, because your main guys are going to be playing 40 minutes a night during the playoffs, right? Like Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, those guys are playing 40 minutes a night, 35 to 40 minutes a night, right? Because you just can't play around. So then all the other moving parts and components and pieces, like those are the ones that are going to have to fluctuate, but we need the role guys. You need role guys to step up. You need guys to do the dirty work, hit open shots, right? Dorian Finney-Smith has been shooting incredible. Gabe Vincent is, he's kind of cooled off recently, but he was shooting the ball really well. Can he kind of get back to that? Jordan Goodwin's a guy that, is shooting 42% for the Lakers, right? Like, start putting that all together. You need all of those components to just kind of beautifully fit. And I do think that Portland game was really good for some of those end of the bench guys. Some of those guys to kind of just get some reps, get some rhythm. Not just that, but kind of be on the back burner, right? Kind of be on the mental a little bit, right? Like, you get this spot where it's like, man, we could really use some offense. Man, Shake Milton, the last game, I know he can generate. I know he can get some offense going. Let's throw him out there. He can self-create a little bit, right? Create a little bit for others. Right? You start thinking that, hey, man, we really need some toughness. We're getting kind of bullied down there. Let's see a Markieff Morris. Throw him out there. And all of a sudden he hits 4 threes or something crazy like that, right? Because he's comfortable in that moment. You never know what that might call. In a perfect world, everything goes great. Lakers sweep every team, and we're in the NBA championship and then hoisting that trophy. But we all know that's not usually how it goes. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think, like, yes, that was great for the end of the bench role guys? Do you think, like, it's not going to matter? They're probably never going to play anyway. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Else if not, we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.